Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, y'all, it's been a little minute, y'all. It's been like what, 40 days I think a month and a couple days since I made my last video, y'all. When I was staying in the hotel, y'all, how God led me to go to a hotel, y'all, not even understanding why I had to go to a hotel, why certain things happened. But y'all, look where I'm at. Look where I'm at, y'all. And it's only because of God. I can only give the glory to God. Like, this is not because of me. Yes, I prayed for yes, I'm not even gonna lie, I was not expecting an apartment. I was not. I was praying mostly for a car. But today I'm on this camera and I'm gonna tell my story, because I feel like this is gonna bring faith to somebody. This is gonna bring hope to somebody, because I know it's a lot of people out there that's going through a lot of situations, especially with the living situation, the cost of living. Like, it's hard out here, y'all. But we for the talk. So before I start this video, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Kwa. I am a young girl, a young lady that just moved to Texas. God led me to Texas a couple months ago. And y'all, it's been a journey. When I tell you it's been a journey, it's been a journey. But I just want y'all to sit back, and I just want y'all to just really just like tune in on this video, because I'm excited to talk about this. Like, I'm just really excited to talk about how God blessed me with this brand new apartment, y'all. I'm gonna try not to cry in this video, because God is like just so good, so good and so faithful, and he comes right on time when it's the right time. Like, he might not come when we want him to come, but he's gonna come. So yeah, so okay, last month I had made a video. So for everybody that's new, you might have to go to the last video to kind of understand this video, because it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. Like, I'm gonna try to make this video not long, but yeah, it's a lot. So for everybody that know, I was in a hotel I was in a hotel for 2 months. So during that time I was in a hotel, y'all, like I said, you know, I was devastated, but at the same time, you know, I was trusting God, because God was like calling me out of the last, out of the last place that I was living at. He was calling me out of there. So, you know, me trusting God, I had to leave, because you have to be obedient. Like, when God tell you something, you have to be obedient. Even if you don't understand what it is he telling you to do, you got to do it regardless. It might look scary, it might be confusing, but you just got to jump out and do it. So when the Lord was telling me to leave her place, I was just like, okay, God, because he was already putting it in my spirit that something was coming. Like, and things kept happening with, with me and a girl when I was living with her. Like, I kept picking up on a lot of things that wasn't really sitting well in my spirit. And I feel like God was allowing those things to happen in order for me to be pushed out. So yeah, so I, eventually I left, because the situation was getting really bad living with her. And I do, I am very thankful for her, for allowing me to come stay with her, for opening up her home. I'm very thankful for that. So this is not me bashing, but this is my experience. So I eventually left, and the day that I left, I went, God was just like, go to a hotel. And I had a little bit of money in my pocket to go to a hotel for a couple of nights. And I remember going to the hotel, and I remember just crying and praying and just worshiping, because I'm like, God, like, what is going on? Like, you called me to come to Texas. Okay, I was obedient to that. I came not really knowing what's to come in my life, in my future. I came. I had to go to a women's shelter, y'all. I went to a women's shelter because God needed me to rest and, you know, to heal from a lot of past trauma I had been through before I came to Texas. So then my friend was like, you know, come stay with me. And, you know, the first couple times I kind of denied it. You know, I was like, no, I'm okay where I'm at. I'm at the shelter, like, I'm good. But then, you know, she kept asking me, and I said, okay, maybe this is God, like, telling me, like, to go stay with her. Like, God is using her, you know, to allow me to go stay with her so, you know, I can get on my feet, right? That's in my mind. That's what I thought. But, you know, God uses people in ways that we don't even understand until years later or, you know, months later. So, boom, fast forward, I'm staying with her. It don't work out. I leave from her, and now I'm at the hotel, and I'm devastated. But deep in my heart, I know that God have a plan for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he's trying to do, but I'm just like, okay, God, I'm in this hotel room. I can't call nobody. You know, I don't want to call nobody because I don't like people in my business. So I'm going to just trust you. So mind you, at this time, I'm working at the hospital. I'm working at the hospital, and I'm working part-time, y'all. Part-time. And God was still making a way, y'all. When I'm telling you, the hotel I was at, y'all, for each night was $90, y'all. For each night was $90. So that's a lot. To me, I feel like that's a lot for, you know, somebody that's working part-time. But y'all, when I tell you the Lord was making a way for me. So that first hotel I was at, I was staying there for a week because I was realizing, like, you know, I'd rather go to a hotel where I can pay for like a weekly, you know, basis, not like every day. Because the first hotel I was at, I had to pay like every day, and I was like, that's just too much. So I'd rather go to a hotel where I could pay weekly. So once again, God started speaking to me, look for a hotel where you could pay weekly. So I'm like, okay, God. So I'm going online, I'm searching, and I find this one hotel in Texas, and I called the customer service people. I was telling them my situation, like, you know, I need a hotel room that go by weekly. And they said, okay. So the dude started helping me, and he found this one hotel room, and he said, you're lucky because they have one room left. And I said, okay, I want it. So he was like, for the week is $360 for the week. I said, okay, cool, because, you know, I'm working, and, you know, God got to make a way because he called me out here. So God, you just got to make a way. So the next day, I left the first hotel, and then I went to the second hotel. When I got there, I was just so thankful just to have my own, you know, my own little room. It was like basically the second hotel I was at, it looked like a studio. It looked like a little studio to me. So I was just like, you know what? God blessed me with this place. He wanted me here at this specific hotel for a reason. So I'm just going to take care of it, be thankful for it, because my situation could have been worse. So, mind you, the hotel that I'm staying at, this second hotel that I was staying at, it has like two different apartment complexes. Then you got the gas stations. Then down the street, you got like Walmart, you got McDonald's, you got Cane's, you got American Glasses, you got Popeyes, you got some other stuff. Then more down the street, you got Burger King. So basically, it's a lot of stuff in the area. So I'm like, okay, this is a nice little area, you know, not thinking nothing of it, y'all. Not thinking nothing of it. So time goes on. I'm still at this hotel, the second hotel I had to go to. And I'm working, y'all. Mind you, I'm working. I told you I'm working part-time. But that was another thing I was praying about too, because I'm like, God, okay, I'm working at this hospital. I'm working part-time. I'm praying about my finances because it's like I have to pay $360 weekly. Y'all, by the grace of God. That's why nobody can never tell me God is not real. Nobody can ever sit here in my face and tell me God is not real. I have never missed any payment staying at that hotel. Each week, y'all, I was paying $360 each week. Not short. I had all of the money, and I'm just like, God is making a way out of no way for me. Like, so mind you, I'm in a hotel room, y'all. I felt like in my spirit, this was the time for me to start going to war, because I felt like something was coming, like something good, like change was coming, but I just had to keep praying. I had to keep seeking God. I had to keep trusting God, because I'm like, it has to be more to this. Like, it has to be more to this. Like, it has to be more to me being in a hotel. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, God wants his kids to live comfortable. He wants us to be comfortable wherever we living at. So time goes on, y'all. You know, I'm at peace. I'm praising God. I'm reading my Bible. I'm trusting God. You know, I'm going to work, and I'm just trying to make the best of my situation. So one day I was at work. I will never forget. I was at work, and I had found some money. I was inside of a patient room, and the patient left. So they had, you know, discharge. They had to go home, and the patient left, you know, their wallet inside of the hospital room, inside of the drawer. And at this time, I was just like, you know, I need money, because, you know, I just needed money. Like, you know, I wanted money. So I'm like, y'all, I open it, and I look inside of the wallet. It got like medicine, and it got the person, like, you know, identification, and like, you know, debit cards and stuff like that. And inside this wallet, y'all, it was money in this wallet. It was like $1,000. And I was like, Lord, I don't know if you tested me right now. I don't know if this is a trick from the enemy. And then it's like, in my mind, y'all know how y'all be like, you got the devil right here telling you to do it, and then you got the angel right here telling you, like, no, don't do it. I was having one of those moments, because I'm like, God, like, I'm living in a hotel, y'all. Like, I could use this money to pay for the room, but because, you know, I'm not a thief, I'm not a stealer, I just couldn't bring myself, you know, to take somebody's money. And it's common sense, knowing that whoever left this wallet, they're gonna come back looking for it. So I gave the purse, I gave the wallet to the nurses, and, you know, let them know, like, hey, you know, this patient, they left their stuff. So y'all, tell me how 2 days after that, y'all, my job, we got a bonus. We got a bonus of $750. And then the week after that, they gave us a pay raise. And I was like, God was testing me, because he wanted to see, even though my situation looked scary, even though I didn't really know, like, you know, my finances it was rocky. God was allowing me, he was making a way for me to pay for the room, but it was like I was only making so much. So, you know, he was testing me with the whole, you know, money thing. And then by me being obedient and, you know, doing the right thing, you know, we was blessed with that money. Like, I was blessed with that bonus, and that really helped me, and that helped me pay off another week for the hotel. So I was like, thank you, God. Like, so knowing me, if I would have took that money, that would have backfired on me. I would have lost my job, and that would have been a big thing. And I'm not that type of person. Like, I have never stole from nobody, like, never. So, you know, hey, so boom. So fast forward, everything is good. I'm still in the hotel room, y'all. You know, I'm just being patient to whatever God, you know, whatever God is doing in this season, I'm just being patient. So, I'm working, I'm still working. And then one day, I will never forget, I was on a bus coming back, you know, because I was out to eat, and I was coming back home. And I was sitting on a bus, and all of a sudden the Lord was like, it's time to start looking for apartments. So I'm battling with this, because I'm like, did God tell me this, or did I say this? Because I would never have told myself that, knowing that I'm only working part-time. Like, because I'm looking at the situation in the physical, like I'm not really looking at it in the spiritual. So I'm not even trusting like how that's gonna look for me if I get an apartment and I'm only working part-time. So I'm battling with that. I'm praying about it, and I'm talking to God throughout the week, about this whole apartment thing. And I kept having this feeling like, trust God, just step out on faith. Like, and this was another faith act of faith of me stepping out and looking for apartments, because once again, I'm looking at my finances and I'm just like, that's not even possible. Like, I'm only working 3 days out of the week. So I'm like, okay, God, okay, I'm gonna be obedient and I'm gonna trust you. So I kind of started calling around, because I'm not really familiar with Houston like that. I don't know all of the areas. I started calling around like different apartments like that was in my budget, and they would say a couple things. It would just be like, I ain't feel right about it, or I would call, they won't answer the phone, or they'll tell me like, oh, I'll send you the application through email, and I will never get the application. And I'm like, I'm not about to chase nobody from the application. So mind you, remember how I told y'all it's some apartments that where I was staying at in the area I was at. So Lord, God, he started telling me, okay, go to the apartment that you always walk past when you get off the bus. So I'm like, okay, God. So I had booked the tour and everything, and my tour was at 2 o'clock. I think either 1:30 or 2 o'clock. And before I went to my tour, I was praying and I was like, God, if this is from you, let this if this is from you, if you want me to go look at this apartment, let this process be easy and smooth. If this is not from you, do not let me get my hopes up. So I end up going to the tour, and y'all, God is just so funny. So I went to the tour. The girl that helped me, the leasing agent, she was so nice, y'all. The moment I walked in, y'all, she had the jacket on. She had the jacket on with the name of the hospital I'm working at. So I'm like, God, no, you did not. Like, that was God showing me, like, letting me know, like, this is your home. This is where you're gonna be. Like, so I was saying, like, you used to work at this hospital? She was like, yeah, I used to work out there. I used to be a nurse. I just kept the jacket because, I still really like the jacket. So I'm like, but in my mind, I'm still skeptical because I'm like, but God was just like, trust me. So she took me to go see one of the apartments, a one bedroom, because I'm by myself. I don't have no kids. I don't have no no family or nothing. It's just me. So I was like, I need a one bedroom. She showed me the one bedroom, and y'all, it was nice. It was really nice. Like, it looked better than my last apartment when I was living in Florida. So I'm like, okay, this is really nice. So we went back to the office and we started doing the paperwork, the application. The application was $40. No, it was $50. It was $50, and then I did the application, y'all. When I tell you, 10 minutes after I did the application, y'all, I got approved on the spot. And I'm just like, God, is this really like... So before I talk about more, I want to kind of back up a little bit. So when I was staying with my friend, the Lord was telling me to get a credit card. At the time, I didn't really understand. Oh, y'all, my throat. At the time, I didn't understand why God was telling me to get a credit card, because I didn't know nothing about credit. Like, all I know, like, for years, like, y'all don't laugh at me, but my credit was like a 524 for years, because I never had a credit card. Like, nobody had never taught me how to build my credit, so I don't know nothing about that, you know. So when I was staying with her a couple of months ago, he was just like, get a credit card. So that's what I did. I got a credit card from Capital One, and it came during the time that I was living at the second hotel. And I started using it, and you know, I started going on. God was telling me, like, go on YouTube and start learning how to use a credit card, because when you have a credit card, it helps you like build your credit, and you have to be responsible with that credit card, because if you don't, your credit score is going to drop down, and then it almost look as if you're not responsible with your credit card. So I had to learn this. So y'all, I'm using my credit card, I'm being responsible, and whatever I'm buying, I'm paying it back. Like, the next day I'm paying it back, because I kind of didn't want to wait till the statement date. So y'all, so before I got to the apartment, my credit score was going up, and I didn't know until one day I had checked my Credit Karma, and I remember that my credit previously was like a 524. So one day when I checked my Credit Karma, y'all, my credit was a 669, and I was like, what? And you know, I know people might be like, well, girl, that's nothing. But for me, that's something, because I was at a 524 for years. Like, my credit score has never like went past that. So boom, fast forward, I'm at the apartments, I'm doing the application, I got approved, and I remember on the little paper, it had, like, you know, everything. It on the paper, it said like all the stuff that you need to bring in, like your ID, your social security card, money order, admin fee. The admin fee was $150. So, and then at the bottom of it, it said if your credit score is between 524 and 590, you have to pay a deposit. So I was like, God, you are so good, because now I understand why he was telling me to get that credit card, because that was going to help me. So I got approved, and I didn't have to pay no deposit. And I was just like, so the lady was asking me, like, okay, when do you want to move in? I said, I want to move in August 31st. So she said, okay. So I eventually moved in August 28th. So before I moved in, during that time, I was at the hotel, and I knew that I had to leave that hotel because, mind you, like I told y'all, that hotel, you have to pay weekly, and I didn't want to keep using my money from my paycheck. So boom, that's another thing I want to tell y'all. So when I tell y'all, God has had so much favor on me when it came to this job, y'all. When I tell you, I was working like 80 hours every 2 weeks, and mind you, my job is part-time. I was working 80 hours. Like, God was making sure that I was getting all of the money that I needed to be able to live, to be able to pay for this apartment, you know, to be able to do things. Like, God was like really showing out for me. And you know, with that, the enemy started attacking me through the job with certain people. And you know, that's another story for another time. But I realized when God was having favor with me with the job, certain people was, you know, feeling some type of way. They was jealous because I was getting 80 hours, or maybe between 80 hours and 95 hours every 2 weeks. Like, I was doing doubles, because I'm like, God, like, I need this apartment. You have to make a way. So so the Lord was blessing me with that. And then I end up leaving the second hotel, and this nice lady at my job, God bless her, I pray that the Lord really just really bless her for helping me. And I had told her my situation, and she was like, you can just come stay with me for a week because you say you're gonna move in the week after that. And I was like, are you sure? She was like, yes, just come stay with me. So mind you, we both work at the same job, the same hospital. And I was just like, oh my God, like, because I was kind of stressing out, because I was like, where I'm gonna go between, you know, the time I have to, the time I have to like kind of wait that week to be able to move in this apartment. So she was, you know, God was using her to help me. And I end up, you know, staying with her for a week so I could continue to work and save my money to be able to move in here. And y'all, that's why I say you just have to trust God. Like, you have to trust God with everything that you have inside of you, because like I said, I was not expecting no apartment, y'all. And y'all, when I tell you I love this apartment, like, so a couple of days, no, 2 weeks before I moved in this apartment, I came over here and I prayed on this apartment. And I was just like, God, you said that this is mine. So I do expect to move in on the 31st. So when I moved in on the 28th, August 28th, I came in, y'all. I was so happy, y'all. I came in and I just cried. Like, I prayed over this apartment and I was just giving God so much thanks and so much praise. And I just cried and I cried, because I was just like, that's why you was calling me to leave out of her place. That's why you was telling me to get a credit card. That's why you was telling me to trust you and have faith. And during that time of me waiting for this apartment, y'all, and being in that hotel, the enemy was attacking me so bad. He was attacking my mind, y'all. He was attacking my mind. He kept bringing up my past. Like, my past just kept coming up, like, you know, of me struggling and me not having family and me not having friends and me not having enough of money. Like, the enemy was just hitting me with that. And God had to remind me, like, you have the authority to pray. Like, don't just sit there and let this stuff happen. Because when the enemy was attacking me, I felt weak. I felt worthless. And I felt like the enemy wanted to take me out. Like, he wanted to kill me, because God has a plan for me. I still don't know what it is. Like, I'm still learning, you know, about God, what he, you know, who he is and how much he want to bless me. I'm still learning this stuff. So I don't know what it is, but I know the enemy knows, and God knows too. And it's like he wanted to take me out in that hotel room. But God was like, no, you need to get up and you need to stop praying. So whenever the enemy started attacking me in that hotel room, I started praying and praying. Y'all, I was doing my worship music. And I was just really like talking to God. And I remember I was reading something in the book of oh my God, the book of, I can't remember. Oh my God, y'all, I can't remember. I think it was the book of Matthew or the book of Isaac or something like that. It was one of those. And I remember the Lord spoke to me and I just broke down crying, because I just felt in my spirit that that verse was for me. Like, that was for me. Like, I needed to know that. Like, so the Lord was with me the whole time, and God is still with me. God is still with me. And I always ask God to, like, allow your presence to be in this apartment. Like, yes, y'all see that it's empty. I don't have everything. Like, I don't have no TV. I don't have no couch. All I have is in my room, I just got a blow up bed, y'all, and I just got my clothes, and I don't have no pots, no pans. But y'all, I'm just so happy for what I do have, and I'm just so happy to have a home to call mine. I'm so happy not to be on nobody's couch. I'm so happy not to be at nobody's shelter. I'm so happy not to be, you know, sleeping outside, because it could have been worse. And because I was obedient and I stepped out on faith, this was my blessing. This was my blessing. Even my credit was my blessing, because my credit wasn't, for years, my credit wasn't doing nothing. Like, my credit was just sitting at 524 for years, and I couldn't, because I wasn't taught about that stuff. So it was like, now I know how to build my credit. And I learned when you have good credit, you don't gotta really pay a lot of money for things, or you can get like a nice car, you could get a nice apartment, you could get a house, So I'm learning and I'm building, and God is teaching me a lot of things. And I'm just at peace. I'm really at peace, y'all. I'm happy to be here. God knew that this time was going to come, and God knew that he was going to bless me with this apartment. And I feel like this apartment, God is going to really start building me up. He's going to really start building me up, because this is the time. This is the time now for me to just really just start going in and just like doing what I need to do for my life. And since I've been here, God has been speaking to me about going to school, and I do want to go to school. So I'm going to start looking into that, because I want to live a comfortable lifestyle. I want to be able to not just take care of myself, but I want to, look out for my family. It's like, it's not all about me. Like, I want to be able to bless other people. So I want to start like, doing more things for myself and my family. So I want to go to school, and I want to just, I want to take up a trade, and I want to get a good job. So God has really been like telling me like it's time for me to go to school. So I just got to trust God with that too, because it ain't easy for a person that's out here paying rent, paying bills, and trying to go to school. It ain't easy, but I'm going to trust God with that. And I'm just going to let God do his part in my life. So y'all, I just want to say that I'm so happy, and I'm just so thankful that God did this for me. Like, God has done this for me. And I just want to say to anybody that's going through a living situation, I just want you to know that I know it's hard, I know it's tough, but please trust God and pray. Trust God and pray that he will make a way, because if God was making a way for me, and I'm only working, and I'm still, y'all, that's the crazy part, I'm still working a part-time job, and I'm still gonna get God is gonna make sure my rent is paid. God is gonna make sure my bills is gonna be paid. Like, God is gonna make a way. So that's what I'm saying, like, y'all just gotta trust God and believe God gonna do a miracle in your life. I know that because we look at the physical, we don't really see what's being done in the spiritual. So it's like, we still got to trust God either way. So I've been in this apartment for I think I've been here for 4 days. It's been 4 days since I've been here. No, wait, 28th, 29th, 30th, 1st. It's been 5 days. Yeah, it's been 5 days since I've been here. And yeah, I love it. I play my worship music. I pray. I just have a peace of mind, and every situation I've been through, it taught me how to trust God, and I'm trusting God. Like, I'm just like, God, you gonna take care of me. Like, you have to take care of me, because I stepped out on faith. I was obedient, and I felt like if I would have never left her place, if I would have never left, and I would have been ignoring what God was saying, I would have missed this blessing. I would have missed this apartment. I would have missed it because of my lack of faith, and being disobedient, and not like I'm hearing what God's telling me, but I'm not doing it because I don't want to, or because of fear. That's why I said, like, you can't let fear stop you. Like, when God say go, you gotta go. Like, you have to go. Like, so yeah, y'all don't understand how much I waited for this moment to tell y'all, like, to come on here and tell y'all. And another thing I was praying about too, I was like, God, whenever you bless me with my next place, I need to get Wi-Fi, because I want to continue my YouTube. Like, I can't do YouTube without having Wi-Fi. And y'all, the apartment came with Wi-Fi, y'all. This apartment has come with Wi-Fi. Like, I have Wi-Fi in this apartment. And I'm just like, God is really showing out for me. He has really shown out for me. Like, and I feel like as long as I stay with God and as long as I stay connected with God, my life is going to get better. And I feel like the enemy knows that, so he's going to try to throw anything and anybody in any situation at me. But I have God. Like, I have God just like you have God. So please don't get discouraged. Whatever your situation is in life, don't get discouraged. Keep going and keep trusting God, because I'm doing it too. I came to Texas with $300 to my name, and I went from place to place. I went from a shelter. I went from staying with a friend. That ain't work out. Then I went from going to 2 different hotels, and now I'm here. And this all happened within, like, I think 7 to 8 months. So yeah. So I just want to say thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, y'all, for supporting my YouTube channel. I see that my channel is going up. Like, I'm really, before the year is out, y'all, I'm really trying to get to 500 subscribers, because I've been stuck at 400 for like a year, not even a year, maybe 2 years. And I'm really trying to, like, grow my YouTube so I can reach people and tell people about the goodness of God, because it's not just about me, it's about God. Like, God has to get the glory out of everything in my life. So please, y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And if y'all know anybody that's discouraged about their situation, their life, just send them my videos so they can, you know, feel inspired and just know that God is real, and that God loves them, and God loves you, and that God is with all of us. Like, he's with all of his kids, and he just wants the best for us. And as long as you trust God, he's gonna take care of you. Yes, you're gonna have rocky moments, because life ain't easy, and I had to learn that too the hard way. We're gonna have our moments, we're gonna have our ups and downs, but God is gonna be with you, and he's gonna make a way. And I just want you to know, whoever watching this video, that he sees you, and he's gonna make a way for you. If you're praying for an apartment, if you're praying for a car, if you're praying for a house, if you're praying for a marriage, if you're praying for a baby, keep praying, keep seeking God, keep trusting God. And it's gonna happen when God wanted it to happen. Remember, not on your time, not on my time, but when God wanted it to happen. And it's gonna come at a time when you needed it the most. I'm telling you, because I needed this place. Because when I was in a hotel, I kept feeling like I wanted more. I wanted more for myself. I wanted more out of my life. Like, yes, I was happy to have that hotel room. I was happy to have it because I had my own space. But I kept feeling like I wanted something more for myself. And that was God telling me, like, I'm going to give you more. Just trust me. So, yeah, just keep trusting God. Keep trusting God. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for watching on my video. Thank you for clicking on my video. Thank you for supporting. And I will see y'all in my next video. I'm gonna continue to be more consistent now because I got Wi-Fi. There's no excuse. So yeah, I just want to say I love y'all. I love my supporter. Y'all are my family. Y'all are my tribe. And y'all take care and be blessed.